Welcome to the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid as Long Beach State men's basketball takes on UC San Diego. I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside JayDe Beaudry, and you are listening to 22 West Radio. Long Beach State is 2-7 overall this season, but they took UC Santa Barbara to overtime on the road in their Big West opener on Thursday. The Gauchos ended up prevailing, but it was another great performance from Beach freshman guard Gavin Sykes. His 24 points lit up the stat sheet again after his first career 30-point game last weekend. UC San Diego had a bye Thursday and are playing in their Big West opener tonight. The Tritons are coming off a 30-win campaign where they won the Big West regular season and tournament titles. Last year's Triton head coach Eric Olin departed for New Mexico, leaving Clint Allard to jump from associate head coach into his first career head coaching job. Despite a new-look roster that was restocked in the portal and a new man at the helm, the Tritons are still 7-1 this season. They lost at Nevada on Tuesday to break a 20-game regular season win streak going back to last year. JD, the Beach battled Santa Barbara well on Thursday, but foul trouble was a problem again, and Chris Acker's unit will need to adjust tonight.
That's right, Bruce. Long Beach State played fearless basketball on Thursday night, dominating the paint and trading buckets from start to finish against one of the best offenses in the Big West. Yet despite holding the Gauchos scoreless from the field over the last 3 minutes, the Beach gave up pivotal points as UC Santa Barbara went 8 for 8 from the free throw line. On a night where Santa Barbara shot 38 free throws, 4 players for the Beach finished with 5 fouls, and for the second time this season, Long Beach State saw an opponent score 30 points from the charity stripe in a close loss. Against a UC San Diego team that leads the conference in field goal percentage, three-point shooting percentage, and is second in scoring through 8 games, Long Beach State cannot afford to send the Tritons to the line and get open looks. Bruce, this may not be the same team that made history in March Madness last season, but they remain one of the most potent offenses in the conference.
Like you said, UC San Diego had some really great players last year that are not with the program anymore, as they won 30 games last season in their first year eligible for the postseason as a Division I program, but they still restocked their roster through the portal and have a really good-looking team. Leo Beat is the standout right now. He leads the Big West in scoring 19.5 points per game, transferred in from Lynn University, not a school that is by any means a marquee name, but he's still making a huge impact in his first season as a Triton.
Yeah, Leo Beef went off during the Cherry Chocolate ESPN Events Invitational, averaging 23.7 points per game on 62% shooting from the field. Bruce, that is insane. This Tritons team is loaded with talent at all 5 positions, something that Clint Allard, during his time in the portal, wanted to prioritize, saying all 5 positions need to be able to score and move the ball efficiently.
Long Beach State at 2-7 overall this year, 0-1 in Big West play after that loss at UC Santa Barbara, so they'll look to get their first conference win of the season tonight. Of course, they ended last year on a 15-game losing streak, so it's been a while for the Beach to win a conference game. They'll try and change all that tonight against UC San Diego. Take you through the starting lineups. Petr Mestorovic and Shea Johnson Jr., the front court for Long Beach State. 2 forwards as Leopold Levelan is out for the second straight game with a back flare-up. The backcourt for Long Beach State, Cole Farrell, Gavin Sykes, and Isaiah Lewis. For UC San Diego, in their backcourt, they've got Tom Beatty and Aiden Burke, and then 3 forwards in the starting lineup, Emmanuel Prosper II, Cole Dangit, and Leo Beef.
Yeah, look for Gavin Sykes to get going early. Yes, he scored 24 points against UC Santa Barbara, Bruce, but they all came in the second half. In the first half, in the Thunderdome, Gavin Sykes went 0 for 6 and 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Long Beach State will look to get him involved in the offense and get his shooting form back here in the Pyramid.
Long Beach State wearing their all-white uniforms here in the Pyramid. For UC San Diego, they're in all-navy blue on the road.
It's going to be an exciting matchup. This is a Tritons team that has been good, yes, through 8 games, but they have let teams back in. They are holding their opponents to 71 points per game. Long Beach State, they've been playing from behind for most of the season, Bruce, but they certainly have the talent, and what they showed off in Santa Barbara is certainly going to give them a lot of confidence coming into tonight.
Continue to look for Gavin Sykes. He's leading the way for the Beach with 15.8 points per game so far in his true freshman season. Sykes plays with a lot of confidence and has no problem scoring the ball, so he's going to look to make another impact again. That game last Sunday was the first 30-point game for a Long Beach State freshman since Lucius Harris, a program legend, all the way back in 1990. It's been a long time since a true freshman put on a performance like Sykes had on Sunday.
Yeah, not only was it a complete performance from Gavin Sykes, he also got the game-winning bucket to fall. Long Beach State also against San Diego broke a 324-day losing streak against Division I programs.
Shea Johnson Jr. and Danged It for the tip. Danged It wins it for UC San Diego, and they set up their first possession. Beatty takes it across the Hawaii transfer, hands off to Prosper. Now they swing it along the wing. Over on the left side, it's Beath who goes into the post for Prosper. Back to the basket. He goes right up, and Sykes with a physical play on defense. Shot went up in the air. I don't know if he got a piece of it, but physical play either way, and Sykes immediately has the rebound. Isaiah Lewis setting up the first possession of the game for Long Beach State. Gives it on a bounce to Shea Johnson Jr. Right back to Lewis on the left wing, then to Johnson again at the top. Johnson takes a couple dribbles up to the top. Majstorovic gets the handoff, pulls the triple right away, and knocks it down. Petr Majstorovic hits the three. Beach ahead 3-0.
Petr Majstorovic, 12 points against UC Santa Barbara, but he played 44 minutes, every single minute of the first, second half, and 4 minutes in overtime.
Pass along the wing for UC San Diego. Now Beath drives and kicks out to the top. Pass over to Burke on the right side. He steps back, gives to Danged back to the top for Beath. Beath now crosses over with the left hand. He drives in, spins around back to the basket, gives it on a bounce back to the wing. Prosper the second now, just inside the stripe, goes over to the other corner. Here's a three from Beath, no good, and Shea Johnson Jr. high points the rebound.
Yeah, San Diego 0 for their first 2 shots. They will shoot a lot of threes tonight, coming off their worst three-point shooting performance of the season.
Gavin Sykes with the ball for the first time, gives to Johnson Jr. off the screen at the top. Now he picks up his dribble, gives to Isaiah Lewis on the left side, sets the screen again. Lewis lobs it up. Shea Johnson Jr. slams it home. Isaiah Lewis connects with Shea Johnson Jr. on an alley-oop. Beach ahead 5-0.
Great vision from Isaiah Lewis. Gets to the soft spot and then finds his big man cutting to the basket.
Leo Baith swings over to the right wing. UC San Diego behind by 5 to open up the game. Burke now drives off the pick and roll. Pump fakes in the key. Gives it down low to Danged. He gets it poked loose, but then pass goes back out to the wing for Beath. Beath steps back on the left side. Now drives along the baseline with his left hand. Getting doubled, but gets the pass back up to the top. Hucking it up from Beatty. Almost half court. Goes off the shot clock. So what a defensive possession that was for Long Beach State. They force a shot clock violation, and the bench goes crazy.
The bench is fired up. There's so much instruction coming from the coaching staff. Long Beach State in a man-to-man defense, and at times, UC San Diego on that position, especially Bruce, looked confused. Coming off a game where they shot just 26% from 3, their lowest of the season. They're also looking to find their shooting stroke here in the pyramid.
Isaiah Lewis running the point, gets a screen, gives to Majstorovic at the top. He pulls the straightaway 3. It's no good. Kissed the front of the rim, and then went off the backboard, but rebounded by Danged. He takes it across himself, gives to Prosper. Now pass to the corner. Burke pulls the triple and knocks it down. Nothing but net for Aiden Burke, and UC San Diego's on the board. Now the Beach move fast on the other end. Gavin Sykes hesitating in the left corner, gives to Majstorovic, gets it right back. Sykes crosses over at the top, gives to Shea Johnson Jr. Now pass down low to Majstorovic, and a foul gets called in the paint. Looks like that'll go against Aiden Burke. His first personal, and the Beach will keep it. Yeah,
Aiden Burke in a bit of a height mismatch going up against Petr Majstorovic. Burke stands just 6'3", Majstorovic 6'8". Good entry pass forces Burke into a foul. Now the Beach will inbound below the basket in a box set.
Isaiah Lewis, the inbounder for Long Beach State. Majstorovic cutting to the paint, but then the pass goes up to Sykes near the half-court line. Gavin Sykes, a 3-star recruit out of high school, now gives to Isaiah Lewis. Majstorovic sets a screen on the right side. Lewis dribbling on the right wing. Now picks up his dribble and gives to Johnson Jr. Right back to Lewis. 5 to shoot. Lewis hesitating. Now crosses over. Pulls the 3 straight on. It rims out. Tipped up in the air off the side of the backboard, and Farrell has it. Passes back up to Lewis, who swings to Sykes on the left wing. Shea Johnson Jr. gets it. Hands right back to Sykes, and as he tried to go up for a shot, Leo Bates took it right away from him. A foul gets called, or it might have been just tipped out of bounds in transition. Either way, what a play that was from Leo Bates to take it right out of Gavin Sykes' hands as he went up for a 3.
Yeah, Leo Bates rips it away, and then Shea Johnson Jr. comes across and pokes it out of bounds. Good defensive discipline still from the Beach as they find themselves up 5-3.
Emmanuel Prosper, transfer from Missouri St. Louis, runs the point, but the pass goes up to Aiden Burke at the top. Burke swings over to Bates, handed right back. Burke drives with the left hand and then puts it in off the glass. Good quick burst from the 6'3" guard. It's 5-5.
Yeah, Bates that time just blows past Petr Majstorovic, able to finish, and we're tied up for the first time here, 5 apiece.
Gavin Sykes on the right wing gets a screen from the backside of Majstorovic. He keeps the ball, now swings over to Johnson. One dribble. Lewis clearing out. Johnson still with it, now passes to Farrell. Farrell on the left wing with a switch against the forward. Crossover, getting doubled, goes to the corner. Lewis, plenty of space, pulls the 3, but it's no good. Rebound goes to Beath underneath the basket. San Diego gets out to run. Crossing over, Beath now gets a foul called. It's Johnson Jr. and Majstorovic defending. Ball will stay with UC San Diego as the foul goes against Shea Johnson Jr.
And watching the Beach offense through their first few possessions, they were playing very intentionally, Bruce. The last few possessions down the floor, Isaiah Lewis has taken a lot of time off the shot clock before making a first or second pass. We're going to see Chris Acker turn to his bench for the first time as well, looking to find some more mobility in those half-court sets.
Derek Michael Xaviero in the game for the first time. And now Cole Farrell gets a steal off the inbound pass. Cole Farrell forces the turnover for the Beach and then takes it up himself. On the right wing, Farrell looks for a pass, gives to Xaviero up at the top. Now he lobs it in down low for Majstorovic. Ball poked loose along the baseline. It went out of bounds off of UC San Diego. Prosper flew in there and got a piece of it, and that'll send us into the sub-16 media timeout.
Yeah, even though the pass was deflected, that's what Chris Acker was yelling at Shea Johnson Jr. to do a few possessions ago. DMX gets the first look to Petar Majstorovic over the top. It's deflected away, but DMX coming off the most minutes he's played all season. He's going to get plenty of run time here tonight.
And Xaviero had 10 rebounds and 8 points in that game at UC Santa Barbara. He's in the game early here off the bench. 5-5 as we hit the first media timeout. 15:58 to go in the first half on 22 West Radio. Five to 5 between Long Beach State and UC San Diego to open up the scoring just about 4 minutes into this first half.
Yeah, UC San Diego still looking for their first lead, and you have to feel that after those first few possessions where they gave up buckets to the Beach, they are the more likely to take the lead here in the first half. Long Beach State, the last few possessions down the floor, they have not been able to get into their half-court sets. A big opportunity here. 17 seconds on the shot clock, an inbound play beneath the basket. The Beach need to get back on track. No points for them in the last 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
Isaiah Lewis inbounding again for Long Beach State in a box set. This time shifted to the right side of the floor. Lewis looks for a pass. Sykes comes along to the corner. Now he needs to get it in. Almost a 5-second violation as he lobs it up towards half court. Sykes gets to Majstorovic. Now to the corner. Cole Farrell pulls a wide open three and knocks it down. Rattled around and falls. Cole Farrell puts the Beach back ahead by 3.
Great movement off the double team trap that had the Beach pinned at half court. The extra unselfish pass finds Farrell, and Beach back up 8-5.
Beath gives to Burke, then sets a screen. Burke gives right back to Beath. Pump fakes, gets some space. Now right at the free throw line. Passes to a cutting Hayes. He lost it, and a foul gets called. The Beach wanted to steal, but instead, Xaviero gets called for a reach.
Yeah, DMX had dropped back to the free throw line, stuck a hand out on Burke, was able to rip it away. Officials say he got a bit too much the man instead of the ball. UC San Diego is going to get a chance to inbound beneath the basket and a fresh 20 on the shot clock.
15:34 to go in the first half. It's 8-5 Long Beach State. Inbounder is Hayes. He gives it on a bounce to Prosper right on the left block. Now he goes back to the basket against Majstorovic. He goes up and under, but no good. Majstorovic has the rebound for Long Beach State. Good physical defense on the block. Farrell now crossing over on the other side, just inside the three-point line, gives to Xaviero. He pump fakes. Got Beath up in the air before he dishes to Lewis. Lewis now swings over to Farrell on the left wing. He drives into the key, steps back, but they'll call an offensive foul pushed off with the left arm as he tried to create some space, and the Beach turn it over.
Yeah, and Chris Acker's going to have a brief conversation here with Derek Michael Xaviero. Still trying to find his feet in this offense. He was clogging up the paint, made Farrell's drop, driving to the basket a bit harder as he got absorbed on the double team. DMX's man left him, instead went to find Farrell, and an offensive foul gives possession back to the Tritons.
Xaviero, the only returner for Long Beach State this season. Had limited play time, especially early in the year, but now getting some run these last 2 games. Burke at the top getting trapped, but gets the pass away to Beath. He drives baseline. Now goes up with a right hook shot. No good off the back iron. They're fighting for the rebound, though, and coming away is Hudson Hayes. He gets he had it, but then a jump ball gets called. Still getting fought between Hayes and Gavin Sykes of Long Beach State. Beach have the possession arrow, so the possession arrow gives it back to Long Beach.
And a bit of a chuckle between Petar Majstorovic and our officiating crew as he comes away with the ball from the scuffle and says, look, I've got it, I've got it, I've got it. And is able to give the ball back to the officials. Possession arrow favors the Beach, and Good forced turnover. More defensive discipline from Chris Acker's team.
Rob Diaz in the game for the first time right off the bench as Cole Farrell heads off. Diaz is the transfer from Cal Poly Humboldt. Xaviero up at the top, gets it stripped. Beef with another nice play on defense. Now Hayes passing in transitions, laying down the lane. Prosper goes to the corner, and it's a three-pointer for UC San Diego. Aiden Burke knocks down his second of the game. We're tied at 8.
And that breaks a 2-minute scoring drought for UC San Diego. DMX just takes his eyes off the ball. He'll get involved in this next possession, a chance to get his get back.
Christian Jones at the top, gives to Xaviero. Takes one dribble with the left hand. Now tries to hand off to Diaz, but gets denied. Instead, he passes over back to Jones on the right side. Pick and roll. Jones goes to the corner. Diaz pulls the three. Had some contact. No foul, though, as it misses. And then the Diaz goes to, or the rebound goes to Hudson Hayes. Quick transition here for UC San Diego, but now they slow it down. Beath at the top, gives over to Prosper. He spins, now drives with the right hand, kicks to the other corner. Another three-pointer for Burke. He knocks it down again. Already 3 triples for Burke early on in this first half.
3 triples for Burke, and this is after UC San Diego started 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Starting to catch fire, and they've opened up their first lead at 11-8.
3-point lead for the Tritons. Xaviero up at the top, gives to Diaz. Now tries to set a screen on the right side, and it's going to be a foul, a block called against UC San Diego. The Tritons want a push as Diaz lowered his left shoulder and gave a bit of an arm extension, but instead it's a block called up at the top.
Yeah, and as good as Long Beach State has been defensively through these first 6 minutes, Bruce, they're going to need to continue to run the Tritons off the three-point line coming into this game, off their worst shooting performance. This is a team that still is shooting at 40% from beyond the arc this season.
The foul there went against Aiden Burke, so it's his second personal, and he has to head to the bench. The hot hand shooter Burke has hit 3 three-pointers here for the Tritons, but has to head off due to foul trouble. Pass to Jones in the corner. He pulls the 3. It's an air ball long. Shea Johnson Jr. tracks it down. Now Shaquille Bender back in the game. Dribbling at the top. 7 to shoot. Diaz gets a pass. Now drives. Dumps off to Mastorovich. He goes up and under. Petr Mastorovich with a nice finish. And the Beach have trimmed the lead down to 1.
And that's the intentional offense. The Beach need Mastorovich. Makes an intentional cut from the baseline to the bucket.
Beatty gives to Hayes. Then up to Dangdit. He swings over to Chaikin. Chaikin drives, gives it on a bounce, back out to Johnson, who pulls the 3 and knocks it down. Trap Johnson subbed in off the bench for Burke, and he picked up right where Burke left off. It's a 3 for Trap Johnson, and the Tritons are ahead 14-10.
It's a 3 with Mastorovich right in his face. This Tritons team can shoot.
Mastorovich on the right wing picked up his dribble and got it away to Shea Johnson Jr. Now Diaz gets a screen, swings over. Driving in the right corner, Bender gives it back out to Diaz, who pulls the 3 from the left wing and knocks it down. Rob Diaz is on the board with his first points. It's back to a 14-13 lead. Now Beatty in the right corner for UC San Diego took it up quickly, but then passes to Dangdit. He swings over to Hayes, then sets a screen. Pass out, back out to Dangdit. He pulls the 3, no good. Too strong off the glass that time for Dangdit from the 3-point line. Outlet up to Bender. He elevates in the paint. Left-handed layup, no good. And Dangdit has the rebound for the Tritons. He tries to get right out, but had it poked loose. Pass goes to Hayes after he tracked it down. Now Johnson, plenty of space on the right wing. No good on the 3-pointer. Diaz flies in for the rebound, but then a foul gets called against Long Beach State on the boards.
Yeah, and as this game gets extended, for the first time, Long Beach State lost a shooter along the 3-point line. That was the most open look of the game for UC San Diego. They can't knock it down. But through these first few minutes, Bruce, Chris Acker has to be pleased with what he's seen. Long Beach State has been able to stay defensively disciplined. They're only down by 1 through the first 9 minutes of this one.
14-13, UC San Diego ahead of Long Beach State. 11:58 to go in the first half. We'll be right back on 22 West Radio. Second media timeout in this first half. It's UC San Diego with the ball and a 14-13 lead.
Yeah, UC San Diego shooting well to start this one. From the field, shooting 42%. From three, shooting an even 50. Long Beach State doing their best to keep up. They're shooting 45% from the field. They've taken 7 threes. They've hit 3 of them. Both these teams, their offense is starting to get more and more in rhythm. We should be set up for a great finish to the first half of this second half. The Tritons will inbound beneath their own basket.
Chaikin is the inbounder. Check that, it's Beaudry inbounding. He gets it in to Dangit, hands it right back. Chaikin drives in, or Beaudry misses the shot. Shea Johnson Jr. has the rebound for Long Beach State as the floater rimmed out. Rob Diaz on the other side gets a screen from Johnson, crosses over to the left hand, now goes to Bender in the corner. Bender spins along the baseline. He's getting doubled, just barely keeps it, picks up his dribble, needs to find a pass and gets it away to Christian Jones. He swings over to Rob Diaz on the right wing. Shea Johnson Jr. comes up, sets a screen on the left side. Diaz crosses over, now passes to Jones. He pulls the 3 from the left wing. Air ball will fly out of bounds. It was heavily contested there. Jones wanted a foul as the UC San Diego defender was in his landing area, but he will not get it. Cole Farrell coming back in off the bench for the Beach, and Jones heads off.
Yeah, and that last time, Chris Acker emphasizing to his team, you got to cut, you got to cut, you got to cut. In the last possession, they really could have used a cutter right through the paint. UC San Diego, through the first part of this game, are doubling the ball handlers in the corners. Long Beach State needs to break this man-to-man defense with cuts through the paint. They cannot keep operating along the perimeter.
J.J. Tchaikovsky also subs in for Long Beach State. He had 5 fouls in 9 minutes at UC Santa Barbara. Shea Johnson Jr. to the bench. UC San Diego setting up their offense. Danged it on the right wing, pump fakes, now gives off to Beaudry. Beaudry swings to the right corner. Quick 3 is going to be in. Alex Chaikin knocks down the triple. And now we get a whistle as the net didn't come all the way down. So the Tritons hit another 3. It's 17-13.
And that pure of a swish coming from the three-point line. San Diego now shooting close to 60% from beyond the arc, and they're able to get some subs in the game for the first time.
Dmitry Vukasevic, one of the men coming in off the bench for UC San Diego, a true 7-footer. The Serbian native now will clog up the middle for the Tritons. Bender passes him Majstorovic in the right corner, dribbles in just inside the stripe, swings a pass all the way across to the left wing for Diaz. He steps back, calls for a screen. Tchaikovsky comes up to oblige, but then gets a pass instead. Swings over to Farrell on the right side, sets a screen. Farrell moving to the left, now goes to the corner for Bender. He pump fakes, jab steps, now pulls the 3. No good. Another air ball for Long Beach State. Rebound goes to Alex Chaikin.
That entire possession, Bruce played along the perimeter. Long Beach State, nothing able to get going in the paint.
Beaudry at the top. Rob Diaz making contact. A screen on the right side. Beaudry rolls into the paint. Now dishes down low to his 7-footer. Pass back out to the top for Beaudry. Now to Burke. He pulls the 3. No good off the front of the rim. Majstorovic tips the rebound to himself and then secures it.
Yeah, Peter Majstorovic, biggest man in the game, working against the 7-footer.
Cole Farrell takes a midi on the other side. Nick rims around and falls. Cole Farrell with a 2-point bucket, and the Beach are back within 2.
Back to a 1-possession game. Good operation from Farrell. Gets to the second level and elevates from the elbow.
Beaudry gets a screen on the left side from Vukasevic. Now rolling in, and he gets called for a travel. Beaudry came to a jump stop in the paint. He doesn't like the call, but his feet moved, and he turns it over.
Yeah, with the absence of Leopold Levelon tonight, Bruce, Long Beach State is going to turn to J.J. Tchaikovsky more and more. Coming off that game where he had more fouls than points in just under 9 minutes. Fouled out of the game, in fact. He's going to get a lot of run time tonight. Needs to stay disciplined in the middle. As subs come in for the Beach, Tchaikovsky stays on the floor.
Beach trail by 2. Isaiah Lewis back in to run the point. Off-ball screen from Majstorovic. He comes up to get the pass. Right at the top, takes one dribble, and then gives to Sykes on the left wing. Sykes hesitates, now drives with the left hand, goes up through contact and puts it in. Gavin Sykes wanted the foul, but he makes the shot without a whistle. It's 17-17.
Tough shot on the elevation, the first points of the night for Gavin Sykes.
Beaudry gives to the top. Now a pass over onto the right wing, got fumbled momentarily, but Chaikin keeps it. Now Vukasevic has it, gives off to Beaudry. Crossing over is Beath. They swing it along the wing to Beaudry in the left corner. Now Beaudry drives into the key again, puts it up with the right hand, off the glass, no good. It tipped right up off the rim again, but then Tchaikovsky has the rebound for the Beach. Cole Farrell on the other side after getting the outlet pass. Goes to work one-on-one. Majstorovic comes to set a screen, but instead gets a pass. Now Isaiah Lewis gets it at the top. Tchaikovsky comes up to the top. Lewis passes over to him. Now pass down low for Majstorovic, high. Majstorovic gets it off a tip. Now goes right up, a scoop off the glass, and it doesn't hit the rim. UC San Diego has the rebound underneath their basket.
Yeah, and UC San Diego swarmed Majstorovic beneath the basket. Triple coverage to that time.
Beaudry to Beath. Over on the right wing, now they give it into the post for Vukasevic. Vukasevic backing down Majstorovic, big height advantage. Hook shot is good. Too easy for the 7-footer right over the 6'8" Majstorovic.
Vukasevic, not just a 7-footer, 245 pounds right into the chest of Petar Majstorovic. We mentioned coming off a game where he played every single minute of regulation. Looks like he still has plenty of fight in his lungs. He's going to have a tough assignment as San Diego unafraid to punch the paint. They've retaken the lead, 19-17.
Petar Majstorovic subs out now. Shea Johnson Jr. back in the game for Long Beach State. Also saw Emmanuel Prosper subbing back in for the Tritons. Isaiah Lewis running the point for Long Beach State. 8 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. So the Tritons ahead 19-17. Sykes comes up to the top to get the pass. Gives to the high post for Johnson Jr. Now he gives right back to Sykes, sets the screen on the left side. Hard one, gets Sykes space. He pulls the three, no good off the left side of the rim, and it'll bounce out of bounds. Ball goes back to the Tritons.
Yeah, quick shot that time from Gavin Sykes, all thanks to the screen action at the top of the key from Shea Johnson Jr. He matches much better with Vukasevic, but Gavin Sykes unable to connect. Still looking to get going, just 1 for 3 from the field to start this first half.
Gavin Sykes already with 4 20-point games this season, but as you said, only 2 points as of now. Burke on the right wing for UC San Diego. Takes one dribble and dishes off to Beath. Now right back to Burke on the right side. Swinging around the wing, Prosper one dribble. Looking for a pass to the high post. Instead goes to the corner. Pivot. Now a pass to the corner again. Beath takes that three and knocks it down. Assist goes to Tom Beatty. That connection we'll see throughout the night gives San Diego a 5-point lead.
We mentioned Gavin Sykes needs to get going. Leo Beath, that's his first bucket of the night.
Sykes on the right wing. Pass up to Johnson Jr. He takes one dribble. Now gives off to Isaiah Lewis. Pass got tipped, but he has it anyway. Lewis now steps back, gives back to Johnson Jr. Couple dribbles at the top. Farrell rolls around to get the pass. Farrell back to Tchaikovsky in the right corner. 6 to shoot as Farrell gets it back. Crosses over, now drives baseline. Steps back, fadeaway mid-range, no good. An air ball once again for Long Beach State. Already 4 of them in this first half. Here's Beath on the other side. Drives in, puts it off the glass, and gets a foul. It'll be 2 free throws in transition for Leo Beath.
Yeah, and once again, it's a possession that results in an air ball for Long Beach State as they're unable to cause any problems in the paint. A lot of dribble handoffs happening in these half-court sets for Long Beach State as they look to get something going from the perimeter. It's not working, especially over these last 2.5 minutes where they are in a scoring drought. And in transition, Isaiah Lewis gets caught out, and now you see San Diego have a trip to the free throw line after the timeout.
22-17, UC San Diego ahead of Long Beach State here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State on a 2.5-minute scoring drought, and the Tritons take advantage. They're ahead 22-17.
Despite the 5-point deficit, Bruce, now would be the time for Long Beach State to go on a run of their own. They've been competitive throughout this first half, but they played much of their offense in their half-court sets along the three-point line. Let's get a little dribble penetration, a little drive and kick action going for Long Beach State. Change up the looks for UC San Diego to deal with defensively. They're only going to build on this 5-point lead from the free throw line.
First free throw is good for Leo Beath. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. 68% free throw shooter on the year. The Big West leading scorer at the line. Hits both free throws, so he's got 5 in this first half. It's a 7-0 run for UC San Diego, 24-17. Isaiah Lewis handling the ball for Long Beach State at the top. Shea Johnson Jr. comes up, sets a screen on the left side. Lewis picks up his dribble just inside the three-point line and has to give up to Sykes right in front of the half-court stripe. Sykes now gets a screen from Mastorovic. Pass back to Mastorovic. Pick and pop, no good. Off the glass on the shot, but Farrell has the offensive rebound for the Beach. He drives in, dumps off to Shea Johnson Jr., and he slams it right in. A nice pump fake, got him some space, and Shea Johnson Jr. dunks it home.
And Long Beach State, that's only their 8th point in the paint through this first half.
Prosper picks up his dribble, gives it down low for Danged It. He goes back to the basket, spin move, and he's going to be called for a travel. Danged It turns it over in the paint. The Beach only trail by 5, and they get the ball back.
And Shea Johnson Jr., Long Beach State is simply better when he's on the floor. Bruce did not have the best offensive game against UC Santa Barbara, but had the best plus-minus on the floor. A few times this season, we've seen that happen.
Isaiah Lewis with the ball again. Johnson Jr. up to the top as he stumbled, but still got the screen set. Lewis picks up his dribble. It's the same look as that last play. Mastorovic this time gives to Lewis, though, instead of swinging to Farrell. Lewis on the left wing, looks for a pass, swings all the way to the corner. Gavin Sykes pulls the 3 from the right side and gets a foul. It rimmed out, but underneath his landing zone was Hudson Hayes. That's going to be 3 shots here for Sykes as he got fouled on the three-pointer.
Yeah, possession was really stalled out with Isaiah Lewis operating from that left wing. There was no movement, nobody cutting to the basket. Had to throw it cross-court to Gavin Sykes, who just had an inch of space. Lucky to escape with some free throws as that offensive possession had stalled out, and the Beach were running out of time.
First free throw good from Gavin Sykes. He's had a really impressive opening to the season. Had 30 on Sunday against San Diego, then another 24 points at UC Santa Barbara. Hits the second free throw. Gavin Sykes was a 3-star recruit according to ESPN, the number 23 recruit in California out of high school. Over 20 points per game as a junior and a senior at Modesto Christian High School. He hits all 3 free throws here, and he's got 5 in the first half. Emmanuel Prosper gets a screen from Danged It. Pass goes back to Danged It on the right wing. Now over to Baith. Baith drives in, then steps back to the wing and gives to Danged It in the post. Goes back to the basket. Spin move. Now he goes up with the right hook and puts it right over Mastorovic and in.
Once again, UC San Diego able to respond to every Beach bucket. The Beach still down by 4 here. Less than 6 to go in the first half.
26-22 Tritons. Mastorovic on the other end with the post. Then gives out to Farrell on the wing. Cole Farrell drives in, finds a cutter. Isaiah Lewis along the baseline. He lays it up, but missed it. Tips it up again, and it misses a second time. Prosper with the rebound for UC San Diego. Isaiah Lewis had a fairly easy layup there. Couldn't knock it down. Burke off a pump fake. Drives in, then kicks out to the wing. Pump fake from Beath. Then he steps back and gives into the post for Danged It. Danged It working on Farrell. Hesitates. Now goes back out to the wing. Gets the pass right back. Danged It spin move. Up and under. Lays it through. Danged It with back-to-back buckets, and the Tritons have opened their lead out to 6.
And the missed opportunity from Isaiah Lewis could come back to haunt the Beach as the Tritons are 4 of their last 4 from the field.
Isaiah Lewis still running the point for the Beach. Off-ball screen gets Mastorovic some space at the top. He gets the pass, now gives to Sykes on the left wing. Sykes almost got doubled, then swings to the corner. Farrell pulls the 3. It's no good. Went down again, but this time the Beach don't get a foul on the triple. Beath on the other end, crossover a couple of times, right to the elbow, now gives to the corner. Right side driving baseline is Mays. Goes into the paint, gets whistled though. He's gonna get an offensive foul. Put a shoulder right into Gavin Sykes' chest as he tried to make some space.
Yeah, Hudson Mays, 6'5", 200, goes right into the chin of Gavin Sykes, and Sykes is gonna need a second to catch his breath and tie his shoes. Had to guard from the perimeter all the way down to the block. Was able to hang tough, draw the offensive foul. The Beach get possession back, still down by 6.
4:46 to go in the first half, 28-22 Tritons. The first game of Big West play this season for UC San Diego, second one for Long Beach State. Gavin Sykes on the right wing, and then a whistle. It's going to be a foul against UC San Diego. Trap Johnson was tied up with Mastorovic, so the Beach keep it. 4:35 to go.
Trap Johnson, the redshirt freshman guard out of Belton, Texas. 6'6", 200, having to guard Mastorovic. Some of the first action he's gotten in the game so far tonight. He won't be on the floor for too long, but he's trying to make the most of his minutes.
Shot clock reset to 20. Rob Diaz inbounding for the Beach. Needs to find a pass, gets to the corner for Bender. He drives right into the block and then back out to the wing. Bender drives again, puts it up off the glass and rims out. Shea Johnson Jr. tips it back up and in. Nice work down low from Shea Johnson, who's had a good game so far.
And the longer Shea Johnson Jr. is in the game, the more the Beach are going to look to penetrate the paint.
Beaudry lost the ball as he went for a pick and roll action. It rolls around the floor. Now he got it away. Jump ball gets called as diving on it was Trap Johnson. It was a chaotic sequence there as Beaudry got a screen on his left side, dribbled and just lost the ball. Got tipped around by a couple of players, but as the jump ball is called, UC San Diego has the possession arrow.
And Rob Diaz, the one to initially force the steal, is able to force the jump ball as well. Jumping on the back of Johnson and just trying to get 1-2 hands on the ball. Possession this time favors the Tritons at 17 on the shot clock.
Johnson inbounds up to the top to get it is Chaikin. He passes to Dangdit in high post, then cuts in. Dangdit finds him on a bounce, and Chaikin's going to get a foul. Nice action there on an off-ball cut from Chaikin. He gets the pass, and then he gets a foul. He'll get 2 shots.
Yeah, Chaikin from the top of the key blows right by Gavin Sykes. He's able to find a lane to the basket, and Rob Diaz forced to come over and commit the foul. 2 buckets, though. 2 free throws coming for the Tritons. They've been able to stack some points from the free throw line, and now they're in the bonus with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Alex Chaikin, another one of the impactful first-year Tritons that they got in the transfer portal. He hits the first free throw. Sophomore that transferred in from Lafayette College. Last year was All-Patriot League, 3rd and rookie team. Chaikin goes 1 for 2 as the second one rims out. It's popped up in the air, and Diaz has it for the Beach. Diaz crosses over, gives to the corner for Bender. He drives in, getting doubled on the block, then passes back out to Diaz. Diaz pulls the 3 quick into the shot clock. It's no good off the back iron, and then a foul gets called. It'll go against UC San Diego. Looks like it's Dangdit who gets whistled. Or actually, it's Chaikin. So foul on the defensive glass for UC San Diego will keep the ball with Long Beach State after the timeout.
One thing Long Beach State has been able to do so far through this game is rebound. They're out rebounding the Tritons now 15-12. After that last one is pulled down by Mastorovic. UC San Diego, they do have the size inside, but Long Beach State able to force a few defensive fouls. They're going to be in the bonus soon coming out of this break.
Long Beach would love to see themselves lead the rebounding battle. They're last in the Big West in rebounds per game, same thing as last year, but currently they're ahead 14-12 in that category. It's 29-24 Tritons. Beach will have the ball after the timeout on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State and UC San Diego here. 3:54 to go in the first half. It's a 5-point Triton lead, but the Beach have the ball coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, Long Beach State shooting has dipped significantly. They're shooting just 36% from the field. They've chucked up 13 threes, only made 3 of them. How they close this first half is going to be oh so important. Down by 5, they need to start stacking points on their end of the floor. These half-court sets looking to penetrate the paint more often as Shea Johnson Jr. remains in the game.
Inbound goes to Petar Masturovic. He drives right into the block, pump fakes as he's getting doubled, gets the pass up to the top for Bender. He steps through, puts up a floater in the key, no good, off the glass, and then to the right. Rebound goes to Tom Beatty. The Hawaii transfer takes it across himself, gets a screen on the right side, goes back out to the top. They swing it along the wing. Mays drives in, puts it up, and it's an offensive foul. He made the shot, but drawing the charge is Rob Diaz. Nice play on defense just in front of the restricted circle. It's 29-24, and the ball goes back to the Beach.
Rob Diaz, just 6'2", steps into the lane and sets his feet. That's a 50-50 call, but Rob Diaz makes it harder on the officials as he stays home and puts his arms up. Great defense from Diaz. Now he needs a bucket on the other end.
3:30 to go in the first half. Beach trailing by 5. Cole Farrell on the left wing. Masturovic working for space in the post, but Farrell instead goes to Johnson Jr. at the top. Beach trying to clear out. Now float pass goes into Masturovic. He kicks to Diaz. Goes to the corner for Sykes, who now hesitates, back out, goes to Diaz. Rob Diaz pump fakes, goes to the corner for Gavin Sykes. Sykes steps back, 3 to shoot. He's crossing over, now drives in, puts up a floater off the glass and good. What a finish from the true freshman, Gavin Sykes, and the Beach are back within 3.
Gavin Sykes' shot creation is next level. Gets it to fall with just 0.2 seconds on the shot clock.
Beatty picks up his dribble for UC San Diego, and Mays comes up to get it. Now goes down low for Danged It. Takes one dribble, and then a foul gets called against Long Beach State before he got a shot away. Foul goes against Gavin Sykes, his second personal.
It was Sykes coming across. They might change it to get Rob Diaz instead. They were both in the area as Diaz had been shaken out of his boots, and then it was Sykes and Diaz on the double team, both putting up hands. You see San Diego in the bonus now. They're going to get a 1-and-1.
Foul does go against Rob Diaz, so that's Diaz's second personal. 1-and-1 here for Bold Danged It. Australian native, 6'11" forward, puts up the first free throw and makes it, so he'll get another.
Free throw efficiency is going to be huge. We mentioned it in the last game. It was against Illinois State here in the Pyramid, and then on Thursday where Long Beach State conceded more than 30 free throws and more than 30 points to their opponents so far tonight. It's UC San Diego 4 for 5 from the charity stripe.
Both of these teams in the bonus for the rest of this first half. Second free throw from Danged It, up and no good off the back iron. Johnson Jr. has the rebound for the Beach, and then he hands back to Gavin Sykes, who gives to Lewis. Isaiah Lewis running the point for the Beach. Sykes off the ball, now works for space and gets it on the left wing. Gavin Sykes with a jab step, gets a screen on the right side, doesn't use it, instead drives himself one-on-one, goes back to the basket, spin, fade away from the mid-range area, and he knocks it down. Gavin Sykes with back-to-back possessions ending in his points. Then a whistle blows, they're gonna blow it dead and make a sub for UC San Diego. Beath coming back in for Danged It.
Really good shot creation once again from Gavin Sykes. You mentioned back-to-back possessions now. He's created his own looks from the elbow. Just a one-possession game now, 2.5 to go. Long Beach needs a defensive stand now. They've held UC San Diego without a point from the field in the last 3 minutes.
Burke takes a dribble, passes over on the left side to Chaikin. Chaikin takes a long 3. It's no good off the back iron. Johnson Jr. rebound for the Beach. Almost went down, but able to regather himself and get the pass away. Gavin Sykes on the right side gets a switch onto Beath. Now passes to Shea Johnson Jr. at the top. Lob down low from Masturovic. Goes out of bounds off of UC San Diego. Beatty crashed in there and tipped it out.
And we've seen that play so many times throughout this first half. Looking for Masturovic on the first opportunity on the pass over the top. That time he comes down right on Beatty, whose outstretched hands forced out of bounds. The Beach, 18 seconds now on the shot clock to work with.
30-28 Tritons. Inbound pass floated up and easily picked off. It's a steal for Chaikin. Threw it right into his lap. 3-on-1. Pass down low to Prosper. Goes right back, and it's laid up and in by Beatty. Easy one in transition there off an ugly turnover from the inbound pass.
Just an unforced error. It was a float pass to Shea Johnson Jr. that was nowhere near Shea Johnson Jr.
32-28 Tritons. Gavin Sykes on the left wing. Crosses over to the right hand. Moves to the top. Now going to work. He takes the triple straight on. No good off the back iron. It's tipped out by Masturovic, though, and Sykes has it again. Now he spins back out to Petar Masturovic. Over to the right side for Isaiah Lewis. Back down low to Masturovic, but a foul gets called as Chaikin tried to tip the pass away. He hooked Masturovic and gets called for a foul.
It's going to be a 1-1 with the Beach in the bonus. Less than 90 seconds to go in the first half. You're starting to see some winded bodies out there on the floor. Peter Mastorovich, Gavin Sykes, both trying to catch their breath. They both played significant minutes here in the first half, as Mastorovich needs to gather himself now for the free throw line.
17 minutes in this first half for Mastorovich. He misses the first free throw, so the Beach can't get anything on the 1-on-1 opportunity. Beath takes it across himself, gives back to Prosper. Prosper drives baseline now, getting physical down low, picks up his dribble, has to go back out to the top for Burke. Burke drives right in, pump fakes, and goes back out for Beath. Prosper on the right wing, gives over to Beatty. Now Prosper drives, puts it up, a scoop layup, and then goes to the corner, and Burke shoots it off the backboard. Whistle blew before the shot got away. So I believe this is going to be a foul called on the floor. Indeed, it is. Foul goes against Mastorovich, and now Emmanuel Prosper is still down along the baseline.
Yeah, odd play that time from Emmanuel Prosper, who so far tonight has been good operating in the post. Goes right into the chest of Petar Mastorovich and then decides to kick it to the corner instead. Either way, the foul call is going to give UC San Diego a 1-1. And see just how tired Petar Mastorovich is. 44 minutes played against UC Santa Barbara. 18 minutes now played in this first half. He's barely gotten a break. The Tritons have been running at him in the paint all throughout this first half.
Emmanuel Prosper back up on his feet, still trying to gather his breath, but it'll be Prosper taking these free throws. Emmanuel Prosper, the first-year Triton, transferred in from Missouri St. Louis. That team also called the Tritons. So it's a first-year UC San Diego player, but a third-year Triton overall. Shot no good off the back iron, and Mastorovich has the rebound. So both teams now on their last 1-on-1 opportunity have missed the first free throw. Under a minute to go in this first half, Mastorovich gives to Farrell, who passes up to the top for Shea Johnson Jr. Takes a couple dribbles. Lewis clears out, and then the pass gets to him on the right side. Lewis picks up his dribble, gives to Farrell up at the top. 8 to shoot for Long Beach State. Farrell hesitates, drives onto the elbow, steps through. Layup is up and in. Couple of defenders trapped there, but Farrell splits it and puts in the layup. Taken on the other side, gets a screen from Prosper. About a 9-second difference between the shot and game clocks. Chaikin gets a screen, picks up his dribble and pump fakes. Now pass into the high post, gets tipped. It's a steal from Mastorovich. 3-on-2 for the Beach. Bounce pass picked off easily by Aiden Burke. Now UC San Diego gets out to run. Here's a slam! A poster for Leo Beath. Slammed it right over the top of Isaiah Lewis in transition. They found him screaming down the lane, and Beath finishes strong. It's 34-30 Tritons.
Beath has had a quiet first half by his own standards, just 7 points now, but off the 3-on-2 pickoff, it's the Tritons who were able to find their star man in transition. That is a momentum-changing play with just 15 seconds remaining in this first half. It's Tritons 34, Beach 30.
And the Beach call a 30-second timeout to regain their composure. It's a couple of ugly turnovers in these last couple minutes for Long Beach State. That time on a 3-and-2 in transition. A bounce pass went right into the lap of Aiden Burke. So he went out to run for UC San Diego, passed it to Beath screaming down the lane, and he put a poster dunk right over the top of Isaiah Lewis.
Yeah, and that's going to get the points off of turnovers battle between these two teams just a hair closer. 12 points off turnovers for Long Beach State, 9 for UC San Diego. This is a battle that Long Beach was able to dominate against UC Santa Barbara. They were able to have 22 points off of turnovers. They were able to force 14 of them against the Gauchos.
The Beach let it roll off the inbound, but then Lewis picks it up and crosses the timeline. 11 seconds to work with for the Beach. Lewis gets a screen from Shea Johnson Jr. Lewis drives in, puts up a floater off the glass. No good. Rebound goes to Vukasevic. Now UC San Diego. Trap Johnson chucks up a 3 from the half-court line and misses it off the glass and no good. 34-30, UC San Diego ahead by 4 as we hit the halftime break.
UC San Diego makes the plays down the stretch, Bruce, and now history is on their side. Since 2002, the Tritons are 34-0 when leading at halftime. They take a 4-point advantage now into the break.
34-30, UC San Diego ahead of Long Beach State. We'll take a break during halftime and be back for the second half of this Big West matchup on 22 West Radio. Second half getting underway between Long Beach State and UC San Diego. It's Big West men's basketball action here at the Walter Pyramid. Bruce Kuntz, JayDe Beaudry, live on 22 West Radio. The Tritons with a 34-30 lead entering the second half. JayDe, the Tritons shot efficiently from range, and that's good enough to have them ahead.
Yeah, they shot efficiently from the three-point line really after they started ice cold. 0 for their first 3 from beyond the arc. They finished the half shooting 60%, 6 of their next 10. That's good enough to have them in a 4-point lead. But Long Beach State is able to hang tough as well. Gavin Sykes comes alive late in the half, finishes with 9 points. He's perfect inside the 3-point arc. And Long Beach State only down by 4. The last time they were down 4 was the last time they were in this building, down 38-34 at halftime against San Diego. And 4 points is as few as San Diego has led by all season at halftime. It was in their opening game against Cal State San Marcos, where they were up 34-30, the exact same score. That game goes to overtime, and San Diego looking to also preserve some history in this second half, 34-0 since 2002 when leading at halftime by any score.
Petr Majstorovic will pass it in. The Beach get the first possession of the second half. Long Beach with a close loss to open up conference play on Thursday at UC Santa Barbara. Now with a 4-point deficit to try and overcome here in half number 2. Isaiah Lewis off the pick and roll, passes back out to the top for Gavin Sykes. Sykes now dribbling with the left hand, calls for a screen. Majstorovic comes up to get it, gets a pass, hands it right back. Sykes steps back, has space. Long 2 is no good, just from inside the arc. Sykes let it fly, but can't knock it down. Ball back with UC San Diego for their first possession of the second half. Up at the top, tanged it. Takes one dribble, hands off to Beath. Beath goes on a bounce to the corner, now driving baseline and putting it up and getting a foul is Emmanuel Prosper. It'll be 2 shots from the free throw line for Prosper the second.
Yeah, Prosper has been fearless driving to the basket all night tonight. No points from the field, but he has 4 assists. He's really been a driving kick kind of guy, operating from the low post. That time Isaiah Lewis can't lay off, catches his hands down around Prosper's arms, and it's an easy call for the officials to make. San Diego finished the first half, 4 minutes in the bonus, looking to get Long Beach State in foul trouble here in the second.
Prosper is no good on the first free throw. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Also 0 for 2 from the field. 0 points for Prosper. Graduate student transfer from Missouri St. Louis. 34-30. Second free throw for Prosper as the Beach fans got loud, but he knocks it down. That's Prosper's first point of the game. 35-30. UC San Diego ahead as Isaiah Lewis brings it up for Long Beach State. He hands off to Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Sykes with a jab step, working on Burke. Now before he dribbles, he gives a pass to Isaiah Lewis. Lewis off a pick and roll, goes over to Sykes. Sykes to Majstorovic on the right wing. Majstorovic drives with the right hand, gets a pump fake to get his defender up in the air, and then he scoops the layup up and in. Was getting doubled, but Prosper flew right by him off the pump fake, and Majstorovic had space to hit the layup.
Gets inside leverage on Beath. Great work. Long Beach just down by 3.
Danged it. A couple dribbles along the wing. Hands off to Beaudry. Now Beaudry goes back out to the wing. In the corner, Beath crosses over, gets a screen, drives onto the right block, a spin move, and then he gives back out to the corner. Danged it now back to the basket. Goes up with a right hook. No good off the front of the rim. And Cole Farrell has the rebound. Nice defense down low as Farrell was at a height disadvantage, but still forced the miss. Farrell right on the other end, getting doubled on the block. Passes back out to the top for Shea Johnson. Johnson now a bounce to the back cutter Lewis. He flips to the corner. Majstorovic with space. Pulls the 3 and knocks it down. Good vision from Isaiah Lewis to find him, and Majstorovic hits the shot from long range.
Majstorovic hits the shot, gets hype on the other end, and flashes a 3 towards his bench. We're back tied for the first time since the first half.
Defense chant from the Beach faithful. Danged it along the wing to Burke. Burke up at the top, passes over to the right side. In the corner, it's Beaudry driving baseline with the right hand. He Euros, puts it up off the glass, and no good. Cole Farrell with another good defensive play down low, and he gets the rebound to take it up himself. Farrell over to Majstorovic. Now Sykes in the left corner. He drives with the left hand across to the other corner. Farrell flips to Lewis. He pulls a wide open 3 and hits it. Isaiah Lewis with a triple. Beach hit back-to-back 3-pointers, and now they're ahead 38-35. Tritons call timeout.
Great start to the second half for Long Beach State. The ball movement has improved around the perimeter. It all starts with the drive and kick. First to Majstorovic in the corner, and then to Isaiah Lewis for his first points of the game on the right wing. Fearless from beyond the arc to start this second half, and Long Beach back in the lead for the first time in quite some time. 38-35. Chris Acker happy with what he's seeing so far.
After UC San Diego hit a free throw for the first point of the second half, the Beach jump out to an 8-0 run and take a 38-35 lead into the timeout here on 22 West Radio. 3 minutes into this second half, 38-35. Long Beach State on an 8-0 run to take a lead.
Not unsurprising that Long Beach State was on a run to start the second half. San Diego has a penchant this season for letting up teams going on runs, then going on a run of their own. Look for a response coming out of this timeout.
Burke calls for a clear at the top, then gets a pass off to his forward, Beath, and it goes right out of bounds off of Beath's foot. So a miscommunication there for the Tritons. They look out of rhythm on the offensive end, and they turn it over.
Yeah, Shea Johnson Jr. getting a break. It's J.J. Tchaikovsky with a crucial interception that time. Back possession to the beach.
Cole Farrell on the right wing. Guarded closely by Chaikin. On a bounce to Masturovic. He finds Sykes cutting up and under layup. No good off the rim. And with the rebound is Leo Beath. It was a good effort there on a nice bounce pass along the baseline from Masturovic. Now on the other side, Mays puts it up and gets a foul. Hudson Mays, the true freshman, was cutting in, got the pass as he was moving off the ball, and then gets a foul. He'll get 2 shots.
Hudson Mays still looking for his first points of the night, averaging 7.5 points per game, 4.4 rebounds per game coming into this one. Just 11 minutes on the floor. He's got more fouls than points so far in this one. Able to get Masturovic off his feet just enough for the foul call. Petr Masturovic himself coming off a game where he had quite a bit of foul trouble. 5 fouls against Santa Barbara, just 2 tonight.
First free throw here for Hudson Mays is good. Mays has made an immediate impact in this Triton program. Over 17 minutes per game this year as a true freshman. Was on the number 6 ranked team in California last year at Redondo Union High School. Second free throw from Mays also good, so he goes 2 for 2 on that trip. His first 2 points of the game. Isaiah Lewis takes it up for Long Beach State. 17 minutes even to go in the second half. Lewis gives to Sykes up at the top, now to Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky looks for the cutter, Lewis, but instead hands right back to Sykes. Gavin Sykes dribbling with the right hand, crossover between the legs, now brings it back out to the top and gives over to Cole Farrell. Cole Farrell drives with the right hand, goes up strong and puts it in. Cole Farrell with a physical finish, beats back ahead by 3, and now Beatty goes out on the other end. Tritons throw it along the wing. On the right side, Chaikin passes back up to the top. Beatty gets a screen on the right from Beath. Beath gets the pass back, pump fakes, gets some space, now goes to the corner. Mays drives baseline and gets a foul. It's a block against the beach, and the ball will stay with the Tritons.
Second team foul already this second half. Comes after a great possession from the beach where Cole Farrell goes up fearless. Had 2 bodies in front of him. He's able to split them both, and the beach still hold on to a 3-point lead. The Tritons will inbound.
And that's the 3rd personal against Petr Masturovic. Actually, they're calling it against J.J. Tchaikovsky. Check that, his first personal. Now right off the inbound, Burke takes the 3 and knocks it down right in the corner. Burke with another nice 3. He's got 4 on 5 shots from beyond the arc. 14 points for Burke. Now we're tied at 40. Gavin Sykes on the right wing for Long Beach State. Masturovic moves off the ball, gets it on a bounce. Swings the pass all the way across to the other 3-point line. Farrell drives in off the pass, missed the layup. It's tipped up in the air a few different times. Now in the corner, Tchaikovsky tries to keep it in and bounces it right to UC San Diego. 4-on-1 in transition. Up and under. Burke puts it in again. He's got 16, and the Tritons are back ahead by 2.
Burke has come alive here in this second half, and Tritons have retaken the lead. The Beach need a bucket to respond.
Cole Farrell passes to Tchaikovsky up at the top. Now to Lewis in the right corner. Lewis with a jab step and now dribbles up to the wing. Tchaikovsky comes to get it, gives right back. Isaiah Lewis gets a screen now, moves to the short corner on the right side, steps back to the 3-point line. Now takes a long 2. It's no good off the front of the rim, and flying in, the rebound goes to Beatty. Beatty on the other side, swings over to Beath. He takes the 3 right away, no good. Cole Farrell has the rebound for Long Beach State. Too strong off the back iron as Beath just has not gotten himself into his regular offensive rhythm so far. 2-point lead for the Tritons. Masturovic drives along the left side and gets the foul. There's a lot of contact there as Chaikin went for the block. It'll be 2 free throws for Petr Masturovic after the media timeout.
And you're starting to see in the second half, UC San Diego switch up their pace of play. A few quick shots into the possession for the Tritons to come out in this second half. They're trying to get the Beach confused. Long Beach State still playing man-to-man defense. Tritons would love to run out in transition and build on this 2-point lead after the media timeout.
42-40 Tritons. After the break, Masturovic will try and tie it with 2 free throws. 15 minutes and 8 seconds to go on 22 West Radio. UC San Diego ahead by 2, 15 minutes to go in the game. It'll be 2 free throws for Petr Majstorovic coming up. But Aiden Burke has really taken over this game for UC San Diego. 16 points has matched a career high. This is a guy that came off the bench in all 35 games last year for the Tritons, only averaged 4.1 points per game. This year he's north of 10 points per game and now has tied a career high with 16 tonight.
Yeah, Aiden Burke, one of only 6 returners from last year's roster that was very senior heavy and very talented, has certainly made the most of his opportunities tonight. He's just one more bucket for that career high.
Majstorovic hits the first free throw. So that's his first make from the stripe tonight, 1 for 2. Majstorovic with 11 so far. Second free throw here for the Syracuse transfer is up and good. So Majstorovic hits both free throws and we're tied 42 apiece.
Those free throws are going to be so crucial down the stretch, Bruce, and Majstorovic would love to be the catalyst.
BD running the point for UC San Diego, swings up to the top for Vukasevic. Now over to the left side for Beath. Beath drives right into the key. Pump fake, goes up with the right hand and finishes strong. Nice layup there from Leo Beath as he puts San Diego back ahead by 2.
Beath coming off 16 and 17 point performances in the last 2 games. Now has double digits, 11 on the night.
Rob Diaz on the left wing. Gavin Sykes comes up to the top to get it, and then he goes down. It's a foul against UC San Diego with some hard contact on a reach right after Sykes received the pass. So Leo Beath gets called for a reach.
Yeah, Leo Beath not giving Gavin Sykes an inch of breathing room. Closes down the guard at the top of the key. This Tritons defense, which was so good last year, one of the best in Division I, will look to suffocate the Beach here down the stretch.
Shea Johnson Jr. gets the inbound pass, gives to Majstorovic on the right wing. Bender comes up to the top, gets a pass, has space, pulls the 3. It's no good, though, off the back iron. Some friendly fire almost there between Chaikin and Mays for the Tritons, but they corral a rebound. Chaikin takes it across himself, kicks to the corner, and now Beatty drives baseline, goes up and finishes strong. Tom Beatty has another 2 points for the Tritons. They're ahead 46-42.
Tom Beatty, the 6'5" junior guard, able to get 2 to fly and find the finish. UC San Diego back up to a 4-point lead.
Majstorovic gets open in the short left corner and gets the pass. Now looks for another one. Goes out to the wing for Sykes. Then Majstorovic sets a screen. Sykes moving to his left, into the corner. Now swings a pass all the way across for Bender on the other side. Bender drives along the baseline, steps into the key, gets blocked. A rejection from Vukasevic. And now UC San Diego gets out to run. Chaikin, a transition 3 is good. The Tritons have found a rhythm. They've hit 5 of their last 6 shots from the field, and it's 48-42 UC San Diego.
And Chaikin's now 2 for 3. Pulls it in transition. Green bean, no hesitation. 7-point lead for the Tritons.
It is going to be 49-42, so his foot was behind the line. 7-point lead for UC San Diego. Rob Diaz a 3 on the other end. No good. Shea Johnson Jr. an offensive rebound, and then a foul gets called again against Leo Beath. He was fighting on the offensive or on the defensive glass. That's his second personal, both of them within the last few seconds.
And Shea Johnson Jr., that's what he offers when he's on the floor. It's the rebounding prowess to elevate inside 3 Navy shirts. Long Beach State still winning the rebound battle tonight, 24-20 now. And they've limited UC San Diego to 0 second chance points. Shea Johnson Jr. a little shaken up. He needs to sum off in favor of J.J. Tchaikovsky.
Scoring drought nearing 3.5 minutes for the Beach. Sykes gets the inbound pass in the right corner. Now gets a pass up to the top for Tchaikovsky. They swing along the wing. Majstorovic gets it in the left corner, pulls the 3. It's no good again off the back iron. The Beach have missed their last 5 shots from the field. Tritons ahead by 7. Beatty goes to the corner for Mays. Mays now up to the top for Chaikin. The center comes up to get it. Vukasevic now finds Chaikin cutting. He puts it up and in. Nice give and go there. Vukasevic gives right back to the guard, and Chaikin finishes strong.
Chaikin, the Lafayette transfer, responsible for the last 4 points from UC San Diego. It's going to force Long Beach State into a timeout, facing their largest deficit of the night, now down by 9.
A 9-0 run for the Tritons gives a 51-42 lead to UC San Diego. The Beach call timeout on 22 West Radio. It's a 30-second timeout for Long Beach State. They head back out on the floor, trailing by 9.
Yeah, only trailing by 9. It's because it's a 9-0 run from the Tritons that has them up big. This is a UC San Diego team that this season especially has made a habit of second-half runs. They were up by 12 against Fresno, led up a 15-3 run, then responded with a run of their own down the stretch, and to go to 4-0 against Idaho. They were down by 13 at halftime, went on an 8-0 run to open the second half, ended up winning that one late from the free throw line.
Cole Farrell drives in right off the inbound. Now picks up his dribble, swings to the corner, out of bounds. Pass too high for Gavin Sykes. As Farrell was a bit out of control, moving back towards the wing. It's a turnover for the Beach, 51-42, still the lead for UC San Diego.
Good hands there in the front row, keeping the kids safe in row 2.
Beaudry across the timeline, gets a screen, now drives right in. Layup blocked, but it's going to be a goaltend. Farrell didn't get to it before it hit the glass. Gavin Sykes immediately saying, don't challenge.
Chris Acker was ready to head right to the bench, immediately pointed at his assistants to see if they were going to get the nod, and yes, indeed, it's off the backboard before the block comes in from Farrell.
It's a layup for Beaudry on the goaltending call. 11-0 run for UC San Diego opens up an 11-point lead. Gavin Sykes, a screen from Shea Johnson Jr., now drives in with the right hand, scoop off the glass, and good. Gavin Sykes has really made that his trademark shot. The floater off the glass again breaks the scoring run. Now a bounce pass down low to Vukasevic, gets tipped out of bounds off of the center. Shea Johnson Jr. with good active hands put it right off of Vukasevic's thigh and out of bounds. It's 53-44, and the Beach get the ball back.
Shea Johnson Jr. also playing more minutes than he's played all season, already up to 20. Still gets active hands down low to the denied bounce pass, and now the Beach, having broken the run, need to start stacking buckets in their half-court sets.
12 minutes left, 9-point lead for the Tritons. Bounce pass to Gavin Sykes, just inside the three-point line in the left side. He drives in, puts up another floater, and gets the foul. So Gavin Sykes will get 2 free throws here. Couldn't knock down the shot, but after the immediate timeout, Sykes will go to the line for 2.
Gavin Sykes, excellent work on the inside. Really wanted that floater to fall. He was falling away near the right elbow. Just goes off the back iron, but Gavin Sykes, one player who Chris Acker is going to look to lead the team in the second half. Just 2 points so far through the first 7 minutes. It was his second half explosion against UC Santa Barbara and 2 clutch buckets in the final few seconds that sent that game to overtime. He'll look to get a scoring run started for the Beach after the media timeout.
Beach trail by 9. 2 free throws for Gavin Sykes after the break here on 22 West Radio. Back in the pyramid, Long Beach State trailing by 9, 53-44, UC San Diego ahead. This is a matchup of a Tritons team that's 7-1 overall this year, playing their first Big West game, and Long Beach State down at 2-7, the very bottom of the conference schedule, or the conference standings, that is. They're 0-1 in Big West play, but the only Big West team that has yet to secure their 3rd win.
Long Beach State could certainly use a run coming out of this timeout with Gavin Sykes at the line. They had the lead for a brief second before that 9-0 run from UC San Diego got the Tritons back ahead. 12 minutes to go here, Bruce, and Long Beach State certainly needs buckets. They need it from their starters and they need it from their bench. To this point, only 3 points off the bench for the Beach.
Gavin Sykes missed the first free throw, but hits the second. So it's an 8-point lead for UC San Diego, 53-45, with 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. Handoffs along the wing, gets to Burke, and now he swings over to Prosper the second, drives into the key, gives it on a bounce to Burke. Prosper back up to the wing to get it, and pass along the wing again. Screen set for Mays. He goes back to Prosper. One dribble and picks it up, goes down low on a bounce and danged it, and he slams it right in. Had the mismatch against Gavin Sykes, danged it, spins right by him, and then dunks it home. Back to a 10-point lead for the Tritons. Isaiah Lewis to Gavin Sykes on the left wing. Off-ball screen. Now Johnson sets the on-ball screen. Sykes steps back beyond the three-point line. Screen set by Majstorovic, and then he swings right over there. Cole Farrell gets the ball on the left wing. Majstorovic setting a screen. Farrell moves past it, then finds Lewis back cutting. He picks up his dribble, goes to Sykes in the corner. 4 to shoot as Gavin Sykes steps back. Long two is knocked down. Gavin Sykes with another savvy bucket late in the shot clock. Beach back within 8.
And that was after Isaiah Lewis had passed up the reverse layup. Long Beach needs to be fearless on the offensive end if they want to find a way back into this game.
Driving is Johnson. He kicks it back. Burke goes to the corner for Mays. Now they go to danged it right back to Mays. He gets the screen, picks up his dribble in the key, steps through, and then gets a foul. Had a couple of pivots there, and then Gavin Sykes tried to elevate to contest. Just caught a piece of him. It's 2 free throws for UC San Diego.
Gavin Sykes has played a clean game defensively. That's going to be his first personal on the night. Thought he got up for a clean block, and he wants to have a conference with Chris Acker and the officials as these free throws are going to be taken by the Tritons.
Hudson Mays steps up to the line. He's 2 for 2 on free throws, make it 3 for 3 as he hits the first one. All 3 of his points tonight from the stripe.
And 8 for 12 is UC San Diego on the night from the charity stripe. They've made the most of their free throw opportunities. They're going to make the most of this chance to extend the lead to double digits for the first time.
Second free throw from Mays. Up and through. He goes 2 for 2. 57-47. Tritons ahead by 10. 10 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the game. Isaiah Lewis looks for a pass and hands it underhand to Cole Farrell. Majstorovic cutting, and they'll call a foul as he got tied up with the UC San Diego defender. Looked like it was Burke there. Foul does go against Burke. That's his 3rd personal, and now they'll bring in a sub. It's BD coming back in. Mays heads to the bench.
And this is a part of the evolution this UC San Diego team is undergoing under Clint Allard. One of the best teams in the country last year at forcing steals. This year, Allard says he wants more focus on the front court defense and running teams off the three-point line.
Inbound goes to Farrell in the corner. He finds Sykes. Long three is good. Gavin Sykes hit that one from a few feet beyond the three-point line. It's back to a 7-point deficit.
And play all the defense you want. Gavin Sykes is still going to find a way to make a shot.
Jab step from Burke. Now he drives baseline. It opens up, and he lays it right in. Chris Acker puts his arms up in dismay. The red seat parted there for Aiden Burke. An easy layup gets him a new career high at 18 points. 59-50. Beach now set up their possession. Gavin Sykes drives in. Floater rims out. Beath has the rebound, and now the Tritons get out to run. Beath right across the timeline. Hesitates, now gives over to Beatty. Beatty to Danged It. Handed right back out to Danged It. He takes the 3 and knocks it down. Bold Danged It, the 6'11 forward, hits the straight-on three-pointer, and it's a 12-point lead for the Tritons.
And the off-ball motion was exquisite from the Tritons on that position. They got Danged It open at the three-point line, and as we mentioned in the open, all 5 positions for this Tritons team can shoot the 3-ball.
Largest lead in the second half for UC San Diego. Gavin Sykes crosses over in the left wing, moves up to the middle, and then gives to Lewis. Lewis, a hard screen from Johnson, picks up his dribble, gives back to Sykes at the top. 7 to shoot. Sykes takes an even longer 3. This time it's no good off the back iron. And a steal for Farrell right underneath the basket. He lays it in. After the rebound for Beath, Cole Farrell poked it loose and put the ball off the glass and in.
Cole Farrell, swiper, yes, swipe it. Gets right underneath Beatty and a tough reverse layup to boot.
Burke gets a screen from Danged It. Pump fakes, now gives over to Beath. Swung along the wing to Beatty. Beatty puts up a floater in the key. Off the glass, it rattles out. Majstorovic with the rebound for Long Beach State.
And that breaks up a run for UC San Diego. They were 8 for their last 8. Long Beach State finally gets a defensive stop. Now they look to cut the deficit below double digits.
8:38 to go. Isaiah Lewis to Shea Johnson. Down low for Majstorovic. He's getting doubled in the key. Back out. Now Lewis at the top. Lewis drives in. Had it poked loose. Goes off the backboard. And then it's stolen by Burke. Long outlet up to Prosper. Crosses over along the baseline. It just stayed in. Danged it up and right over Gavin Sykes. He puts it in. A chaotic possession in transition for UC San Diego, but it still results in a 2.
Bold Tank at 6'11". He's the first man to reach down to the ground to pick up the ball and make the most of his opportunity.
Back to a 12-point lead. Lewis gets a screen, passes to Masturovic, pump fake, and then goes to the corner for Farrell. Jab step, gets a screen. Farrell hesitating, crosses over, goes back out to the wing, and then finds Sykes over on the other side. He steps through, floater rattles out, tipped in the key. Now it's down on the ground, and the rebound eventually goes to Beath. San Diego back out in transition. Beatty drives, lays it up, no good. Second chance is through. Leo Beath in one action, got the offensive rebound and then put it in. It's a 14-point lead for UC San Diego. And their largest of the night.
And the first second chance points as well.
And now ball poked, but Kevin Sykes able to corral it. Almost a steal for Burke. Isaiah Lewis takes a shot from the elbow and knocks it down. 2-point jumper for Isaiah Lewis, and it's back to a 12-point lead.
Isaiah Lewis forced to create his own shot at that time. The off-ball movement has slowed to a halt for Long Beach State in the half-court set.
Leo Beath driving, and a foul gets called against Isaiah Lewis. A block. So that's Lewis's third personal, and it'll send us into another media timeout.
Yeah, UC San Diego is shooting lights out here in the second half. 10 of their last 12 from the field. Long Beach struggling to keep pace, finding themselves down by 12, their largest deficit, as you mentioned, Bruce, of this second half. They're going to need a hero to step up. They're going to need their stars to shine here down the stretch. Less than 7.5 to go.
66-54, UC San Diego ahead by 12. We hit the sub-8 media timeout on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State trailing by 12, 66-54 with 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Chris Acker has gone with a heavy rotation, pretty much just sticking with his starters. Long Beach without a single player off the bench to accumulate 10 minutes as we only have 7 remaining.
Yeah, the starting 5 for Long Beach State have all played 20 minutes or more. Petr Majstorovic has played 31.5 minutes to this point, and the statistical discrepancies are starting to show as Long Beach State's bench has not been able to produce. Just 3 points from Rob Diaz in the first half account for all the bench points for Long Beach State. You see San Diego dominating with 18 points off the bench of their own.
Tritons have the ball with a 12-point lead. Inbound goes on a bounce to Vukasevic. Now down low, getting it is Beath. He goes back to the basket, puts it up, and gets a foul. Majstorovic with his arms straight up in the air gets whistled for his third personal. That'll be 2 free throws for Leo Beath.
Yeah, Petr Majstorovic was able to play a clean first half defensively. Tonight, much like he did against UC Santa Barbara, it was 4 second half fouls that took Majstorovic out of the game. Tonight, he needs to be even more careful down the stretch, having picked up another personal foul. UC San Diego also in this second half shooting 70% from the field. They have been lights out from the field and the free throw line.
Beath has the first one rattle out. So he's 2 for 3 on free throws tonight. 11 points for the Big West's leading scorer. Long Beach has been able to keep Beath from really taking over this game, but still a 12-point lead for the Tritons. Second free throw is good. Heard the Pyramid fans getting loud trying to get back-to-back misses. I believe there's a promotion in the pyramid. Don't know exactly what it is, but the other team misses 2 free throws in a row in the second half. There's some kind of sandwich or something.
I think it's a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich you get. I would get loud for that too.
Petar Majstorovic drives on the right block, tries to dump off to Tchaikovsky. Almost went out of bounds, but he's able to save it. Now Christian Jones drives in from the left wing, tried to give it on a bounce down low. It goes right off of the legs of everybody down there, and it's a steal for the Tritons. 67-54. Back on offense with a 13-point lead, just in front of the half-court line. Beaudry crosses over, gets a screen on the left side, and then it's an offensive foul. A bad screen called against Dmitrije Vukasevic.
And Petar Majstorovic in heated conversation now with J.J. Tchaikovsky, just trying to organize Long Beach State defensively. They're bailed out by the offensive foul. And Gavin Sykes really gets no rest, having to come off the bench. As Cole Farrell heads back to the sidelines. Starters really having to do all the hard work for Long Beach State tonight, and starting to see on defense, Petar Majstorovic getting a little bit fed up.
Hand off to Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Tchaikovsky gets it in the short corner from the right side. One dribble and gives back out to Sykes. He gets a screen. Sykes floater off the glass. No good this time. Rebound goes to Mays. And now right out in transition. Here's a 3 from Chaikin, but they call it travel before he knocks it down. Chaikin got the pass and just took 1/2 a step too long on the gather. So the 3-pointer gets taken off the board. It's 67-54. Beach get it back.
Yeah, Chaikin was having deja vu. Hit the exact same shot from the exact same play just a few minutes ago. Long Beach State bailed out by the travel call. Still down by 13. Still in need of a bucket desperately.
Rob Diaz gives to Sykes. Tchaikovsky sets him a screen on the right side. Sykes moves over, crosses over now, drives into the key, jump stop, goes back out from Majstorovic, pump fake, then to the corner for Diaz. Diaz dribbles up to the wing, 9 to shoot as Sykes get it. Tchaikovsky sets a screen. Sykes moves through it, then takes the 3. It's no good off the front of the rim. It'll bounce out of bounds. 67-54, still the Triton lead, and they get the ball back.
Long Beach State in the second half, shooting just 42% now. Around where they shot in the first half, and Long Beach State have been suffocated by the Tritons along the 3-point line. They are unable to penetrate the paint. This Tritons team prides themselves on their defense. They have been stepping up tonight.
Here's a 3 from Chaikin. No good off the front of the rim. Tried to get that 3 back that was called off from the travel. Rob Diaz with the ball for Long Beach State. Tchaikovsky sets a screen. Diaz steps back to the corner, now drives baseline, goes across for Gavin Sykes in the other corner. He drives in, puts it up off the glass and good. Gavin Sykes, another strong finish. Beach back within 11. They go into a press, but Beaudry breaks it immediately. Up at the top, Vukasevic hands off to Beath. Beath swings over to the right side for Mays. Now up to the top for Chaikin. Chaikin gets a screen, picks up his dribble on the right wing, goes at the corner for Mays. Hudson Mays drives in, goes across to the other corner. Chaikin pulls the triple, no good. It's an offensive rebound for Vukasevic. He goes right back up and rattles out. Majstorovic with a good job to stop it. Rob Diaz has the rebound for the Beach, takes it across, goes to Christian Jones. Jones drives along the baseline and lays it in. Christian Jones with a quick bucket for the Beach. It's back to a single-digit deficit.
Now is the time to capitalize for the Beach as they go into a 3/4 court press. UC San Diego on a 2.5-minute scoring drought.
Beath breaks it easily, crosses over, drives into the right block. Now goes back to the basket before counting it out. Beaudry drives, throws it up to his center, and Vukasevic puts it in with the left hand. Good pick and roll action, converts another bucket for UC San Diego.
Vukasevic has been able to produce tonight. 4 points now for him, but he has been a force down low.
Majstorovic sets a screen for Sykes, and then Sykes passes to Tchaikovsky at the top. Long Beach swinging along the wing. Now Diaz drives in, puts it up and through. An up and under layup off the Euro step. Good finish from Rob Diaz. 69-60, the Triton lead. And now the Beach enter a more aggressive press. They still break it easily. Beaudry dribbles right by Christian Jones. Jump stop on the block, and then he goes to the corner. Barely kept it in. Beath on a high pass. Beath dribbles up to the wing, now goes into the post for Vukasevic. Back to the basket, he works on Tchaikovsky. Backs him right down, hook shot, no good. Off the front of the rim, Tchaikovsky has the rebound off his own stop. Beach are gonna have to try and turn up the pace. 3.5 to go and a 9-point lead for the Tritons. Rob Diaz crosses over, drives in on Beath, goes to the 3-point line. Sykes pulls it, no good. And the ball tipped over towards the corner. Gonna go out of bounds back to Long Beach State. Nice fight from Rob Diaz, the point guard, to get in there and make it difficult. Ball bounces out of bounds as Diaz threw it right off a Triton rebounder.
And that's the kind of spark Long Beach State has been looking for all night long. Let's just have a moment of silence for Petar Majstorovic. He is exhausted coming into this media timeout, running up and down the floor, having to guard the 7-footer on a few possessions. Long Beach, do they have anything left in the tank here for the final 3.5 minutes? Still needing to close that 9-point deficit.
69 to 60, UC San Diego ahead. We hit the final mid-year timeout. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go as the Beach will try to make a comeback on the other side of the break here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach has 3 minutes and 20 seconds to try and make a comeback. It's 69 to 60. Triton's ahead. The Beach will have the ball from the sideline.
Yeah, the Tritons staring down one of the best starts in school history. 7-1 coming into this game. They would love to start Big West Conference play at 1-0 during Bold Week. They're one of the only teams that is only playing one game of conference schedule. Well, next up, they head to Tulane. And that'll be another non-conference game for UC San Diego. This is a very dangerous team, and they're very good at closing games. Up by 9, the Beach needs something special here to close the gap.
Rob Diaz inbounds to Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Sykes drives in, takes a shot from the free throw line. It rattles out. Rebound goes to Prosper. It's a good look there, but Sykes can't knock it down. 69 to 60. Beach trying to turn up the defensive pressure. Masterovich gets screened. The switch goes to Shea Johnson Jr. Now they pass it along the wing. A screen set for Beath. Beath passes over to Beatty. Point guard for the Tritons right at the top. Now puts the ball on the hardwood, gets a screen, steps back, goes over to his big. Pump fake from Dangney, got some space. He drives in, puts it off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound for Beath. He gets it back out, but a foul gets called against Long Beach State. Nice job by Beath to get the offensive rebound and at the very least for the Tritons to reset the game clock, or the shot clock.
You're going to see the Tritons employ this strategy more and more down the stretch. They did not run any kind of action off the ball until there was 10 seconds left. UC San Diego, very good game managers. They're going to do everything they can to make every possession last a full 24 seconds. Long Beach State needs to get active defensively and start forcing turnovers.
It's a 1-and-1 here for Beath. He makes the first free throw, so he'll shoot a second. UC San Diego ahead by 10. They've shot 53% from the field in the game. Long Beach already entering today was last in the Big West with an opponent field goal percentage of 49%. Second free throw rattles around and falls. So Beath makes it an 11-point lead for the Tritons. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go as Rob Diaz crosses the timeline. Gavin Sykes, an off-ball screen, and he comes up to get the ball. Now he gets an on-ball screen from Shea Johnson Jr. on the left side. Pass goes to Shea Johnson. He crosses over, now spins over to his left. Handoff goes to Rob Diaz. 12 to shoot for the Beach. Diaz steps back, takes a straight-on triple, and knocks it down. Rob Diaz hits the three. It's an 8-point lead now for the Tritons.
A rare open look for Long Beach State, and they can't decide whether or not they want a full court press. Eventually, backing out of it into a half-court press.
Only 2 minutes and 15 seconds remain. Prosper gets a screen, passes back to JayDe. UC San Diego trying to take time off the clock. Bounce pass to Beaudry. Now he drives with the right hand. Beaudry takes the three right on, no good. Offensive rebound though for Prosper. He'll take it right back out beyond the wing and slow it down. There's a long rebound, bounce right to Emmanuel Prosper. No beach body even in the area. 10 to shoot now. Prosper crosses over, goes over to the left side for Burke, but the pass tipped out of bounds by Rob Diaz. Minute 50 to go on the game clock, 7 on the shot clock. Ball stays with the Tritons.
Yeah, with just 7 seconds on the shot clock, a shot clock violation is just as good as putting a bucket through the basket for UC San Diego. The more time they can take off the clock, the less time there is for a Long Beach State comeback.
71 to 63, UC San Diego ahead and looking for some added insurance to end this possession. Inbound goes to JayDe. At the top, JayDe now drives right into the block, picks up his dribble, takes a fadeaway mid-range shot, no good off the front of the rim. Jones has the rebound for the Beach. Long outlet up to Gavin Sykes, and then a block gets called against Emmanuel Prosper. Ran up too aggressively to try and stop Sykes on the fast break. It's the 7th team foul against UC San Diego, so now a 1-and-1 chance for Gavin Sykes.
And Long Beach State has been able to get nothing going in transition tonight. 0 fast break points on the night. UC San Diego is so good at getting back off a make or a miss. That time Gavin Sykes meets Emmanuel Prosper at the three-point line.
First free throw good for Gavin Sykes. He's played 34 minutes tonight. It's been a heavy play for the Long Beach State starters. Petr Mastorovich all the way up at 37 minutes. Gavin Sykes misses the second one. JayDe has the rebound. A 7-point lead for the Tritons. A minute and 42 seconds to go. They take it across. JayDe up at the top. Couple dribbles. Steps through and then passes it over to Beath. Beath now hesitates. Spins just inside the three-point line. Passes to JayDe. Prosper gets a screen. Swings over to Burke. 10 to shoot. Burke now tries to go into the post. Gets it to JayDe. He goes off the glass and in. JayDe with a big bucket to extend the lead back to 9. Now Beath providing pressure in the backcourt. Rob Diaz gets across the timeline and then calls timeout.
Still plenty of time to play, Bruce, but that might have been the dagger. It makes it a 3-possession game. Does JayDe able to operate down low? He's got the mismatch against a smaller guard in Christian Jones, and you mentioned the starters. Every starter for Long Beach State tonight has played at least 25 minutes. The bench has not been able to produce offensively. And Long Beach State, although they've held tough and they've held tight and close against a very good defensive team in UC San Diego, they have not been able to pull ahead in this second half. Long Beach State continuing to play catch-up just over a minute to go.
73 to 64, UC San Diego ahead of Long Beach State. Looking like they just need to get another minute and 14 seconds off the clock to move to 1-0 in Big West play. It's a UC San Diego team that last year in their first season with postseason eligibility, as they were in their 5th year in Division I, won the Big West and got to play in March Madness.
Yeah, that was an incredible run from UC San Diego last season, led by Eric Olden in his 12th season at the helm of UC San Diego, led them through Division II, led them to March Madness, but they played in front of the largest crowd in school history, nearly 20,000 fans, as they lost a nail-biter to Michigan. They started slow, but were able to have a buzzer beater at the end for a chance to tie. This is a team with high expectations once again this season.
Inbound pass goes to Gavin Sykes. Screen from Shea Johnson. Pass goes to the corner. Now Rob Diaz steps through. Jump stop. Goes up with a layup. Right hand. Puts it in. Nice finish from Rob Diaz. 73 to 66. A 7-point lead again for the Tritons as we cross a minute to go. Mays on a bounce. They're able to break the press as he gives it over to Burke. Beaudry standing just on the front of the Long Beach State center court logo. Content to let time come off the clock. Now he puts the ball on the ground, drives in, but a foul gets called against Christian Jones as Beaudry got by him. It's going to be free throws again for UC San Diego. Beaudry goes to the line for a 1-on-1.
Yeah, not the play you want to make if you're Christian Jones right here. You need to get a stop and get a bucket on the other end. With UC San Diego in the bonus, any foul is going to send them to the free throw line down the stretch. Defensive discipline has been the story all night long for Long Beach State. They cannot afford to have UC San Diego at the free throw line.
First free throw good. The Beach at the point in the game where they'll need to start fouling and just hoping the Tritons miss free throws. Control out of the hands of Chris Acker's unit. 74 to 66, UC San Diego ahead by 8. Beaudry misses the second one. Rebound goes to Rob Diaz. He takes it across quickly, 42 seconds to play. Diaz hesitates, drives into the key, goes out to the wing. Mastorovich, wide open 3. He's able to knock it down. Now Chris Acker calls timeout. Mastorovich's three with 36.3 on the clock cuts it down to a 5-point game.
Still a 2-possession game for the Beach. Petar Mastorovich has been the man of these moments in transition. Rob Diaz able to drive and then kick to Mastorovich. We can continue that conversation about UC San Diego, though, Bruce. A very good team, and now with a new head coach at the helm, they have high expectations heading into this season.
Clint Allard stepped in as the new head coach. As he said, Eric Olin departed to be the New Mexico Lobos head coach, and Clint Allard is the new head man for the Tritons. Had been the associate head coach under Olin for 11 seasons, but now in his first season as the official head coach.
Yeah, Clint Allard is UC San Diego through and through. It was his playing career that got him started at UC San Diego. He was a 4-year starter and a 3-year team captain. Still sits 5th all-time in assists. Everywhere you look on the all-time scoring and field goal percentage charts, you will find Clint Allard. Right out of college, he was a 4-year associate graduate assistant for UC San Diego. Took a brief head coaching job in the CCAA and returned to San Diego, as you mentioned, for that 11-year stint. He's been around the program. He's been around the culture. He says, though, the most difficult part of this transition has been having to step to the front of the room to lead the team, to lead the huddles. A new role for him, but he has certainly excelled in his first season.
The Tritons just 36 seconds away from moving to 8-1 overall to begin Allard's first year at the helm. The Beach called timeout after Petar Mastorovich hit a 3 to cut it down to a 5-point lead. The ball is with UC San Diego as the Beach will go into a full court press. We'll try and force a turnover before they would eventually have to foul. 36.5 on the clock. The Beach trail by 5.
And once they do force a turnover, Long Beach State is out of timeouts. They need quick buckets. They need a quick 3 if they get the ball back.
Prosper, the inbounder for UC San Diego. He runs along the baseline and gets it into Beef. Now Prosper gets it right back. Outlet pass up to Burke. Now they're able to break the press. Chaikin getting doubled in the left corner.
You got a
Flip
foul.
The pass up to Prosper, and now they foul. About 10 seconds come off the game clock. 25.2 to go, and Prosper will go to the line.
Long Beach State runs out of time to foul. They let way too much time come off the shot clock. Means that for the rest of the game, the shot clock will be off for UC San Diego, and they will have to foul on every Tritons possession. Long Beach exhausted. It's 4 of their 5 starters on the floor right now, having to chase UC San Diego around the floor, and Chaikin able to wiggle and wobble out of a few pieces of contact. Takes plenty of time off the clock for the Tritons.
1-1 here for Emmanuel Prosper the second. First free throw up and good. Prosper with 2 points tonight. Both of them from the free throw line. He's 2 for 4.
Prosper not feeling the pressure at all. He's been physical all night long against Petar Mastorovich and whoever is down there on the block. Now he steps up for a huge free throw.
Only 2 points, but 5 assists and 3 rebounds for Prosper tonight. Second free throw, up and good, so he knocks them both down. Emmanuel Prosper gets it back to a 7-point lead for UC San Diego.
UC San Diego 15 of 21 on the night from the free throw line.
25.2 on the clock, the Beach trailing by 7. Rob Diaz dribbles across the timeline, now drives into the key, kicks to the corner. Mastorovich pulls the 3, it's good! Petar Mastorovich knocks it down. And now whistle blows. It's a clock issue. Chris Acker does not have a timeout. So 17.9 is showing on the game clock.
It's going to be less once they take it off, Bruce. The clock itself did not start on the inbound. That's what the officials immediately blew an official timeout for. It's a welcome break for Long Beach State as well. They're able to organize this full court press as the clock issue is sorted out.
76-72, the Tritons with a 4-point lead. The Beach will try and force a steal as quick as they can, but then won't have much time to eat before they need to foul. 18.6, they put a couple extra tenths onto the clock, and now UC San Diego will call timeout.
Yeah, crucial for UC San Diego to get their assignments right as well. And how about Petar Mastorovich? We saw it late in the game against Illinois State. He was the guy to go to with the Beach down and needing a comeback. He has stepped up here in the second half, responsible for the last 6 points in the last 30 seconds. Contributes to 13 points in the second half. He's got 18 on the game. And Long Beach State used this timeout as a welcome reminder to remind their team not to foul. They cannot send UC San Diego to the free throw line, although while they're in the bonus, they need to hope for a 1-and-1 miss to get possession back. Still a 2-possession game. Long Beach will look for a quick 3 coming off the rebound.
Only a 30-second timeout for UC San Diego as they draw up a play to break the Long Beach State press. 18.6 to go. Long Beach trailing by 4 as they'll try and force a turnover.
And with the starters all having played 25 minutes or more, Gavin Sykes has played 36, Petr Mastorovic has played 38. You wonder how much gas is left in the tank and how much that affects the mental side of the game. The 5 on the floor for Long Beach State: Isaiah Lewis, Rob Diaz, Gavin Sykes, Petr Mastorovic, and Jay Johnson Jr. denying the inbound.
Emmanuel Prosper II is the inbounder for UC San Diego. Burke looking to get open. Prosper runs along the baseline, hasn't found a pass, but now gets it in, and it's Chaikin who gets immediately fouled. So it's going to be free throws here for Alex Chaikin. UC San Diego now should be in a double bonus. 10 fouls for Long Beach State. So it'll be 2 shots here for Alex Chaikin.
And a much better job by the Beach to foul immediately. Jay Johnson Jr. having denied the inbound pass. As soon as Chaikin crosses his path, he's able to get across and commit the foul. UC San Diego will put nobody on the free throw line for the rebound. He will look to play prevent defense for the rest of this game.
Chaikin's first free throw is good. 77-72, Triton's ahead, and they'll shoot one more. 17.4 to go.
Chaikin on the season, an 85% free throw shooter.
Second one up and through. UC San Diego makes a sub. Mays comes off the bench for Chaikin. 17 seconds on the clock, 78-72, a 6-point lead for the Tritons. Rob Diaz brings it across quickly, hesitates, now drives into the key, puts it up off the glass and good. 2-point layup for Rob Diaz. Immediate inbound goes to Prosper, and then he gets fouled. 9.3 to go. It's back to a 4-point game.
Long Beach State would have loved a 3 there, but Rob Diaz sees the lane and takes it. Tough finish through contact. He's had 2 assists to Petr Mastorovic and now a layup to pad his stat line. Still a 2-possession game with Prosper heading to the line. It is a very good free throw shooting team, but Prosper is the man to foul. Just a 56% free throw shooter on the season.
Prosper has struggled from the line. He's tonight stepping up here. 78-74, first free throw from Prosper is good. He's hit 3 clutch free throws down the stretch here late. 9.3 on the clock and a 5-point lead for the Tritons. Prosper 3 for 5 from the line tonight. Second one good.
Clutch from Prosper. Steps up to the line. Pyramid getting loud. Knocks them both down. Back to a 6-point game. Now Long Beach State needs a 3.
Rob Diaz dribbles across quickly. Then he passes over to Isaiah Lewis, who pops it. No good off the back iron. Ball rebounded by Leo Beef. And that does it. The buzzer sounds 80-74. UC San Diego comes up to Long Beach and moves to 1-0 in conference play.
In the end, it's what UC San Diego deserve. It's their defense that paves the way. They run out with a 6-point lead. A 9-0 run early on in the second half puts them ahead and puts them ahead for good. Long Beach unable to respond as they did so well on Thursday against UC Santa Barbara. And now the Beach will have to wait even longer for their first win of conference play. They go 0-2 during Bold Week and find themselves firmly rooted to the bottom of the Big West.
80-74, UC San Diego wins. Long Beach drops to 0-2 in conference play, and now they'll have a little hiatus before Big West play resumes again after the new year. Long Beach will be playing against, let's see. Long Beach loses here against UC San Diego. They'll be playing at home next against Pepperdine on Thursday, December 18th. But it's 80-74. The Tritons win here in the second Big West game of the year for the Beach.
Yeah, on Tuesday, it's a trip to the San Jose State Spartans that awaits the Beach, hoping that Leopold, Levelon, Dallas, Washington will both return from their injuries. And as you mentioned, they're back at home against Pepperdine. Then a trip to Iowa State, who have cracked the top 10 AP poll. So a tough stretch of games coming up for the Beach before Big West Conference play kicks off. As you mentioned, on January 3rd, the Beach need wins. They need them fast. Chris Ack will not be happy with the way this team finished the second half, but UC San Diego now and their title defense, the Big West reigning champions in the regular season and postseason, off to a hot start. They're now 8-1 on the season.
Long Beach drops to 2-8 overall, 0-2 in Big West play. And that'll do it for us here at the Pyramid. For JayDe Beaudry next to me and the rest of our 22 West sports crew, I'm Bruce Kuntz. This has been Long Beach State men's basketball on 22 West Radio. We'll be back on the air tomorrow at 1 o'clock for Beach Club Hockey, our second club hockey broadcast of the year. So hope you'll join us for that, and thank you for tuning into this one tonight.